commander is on. Enemy forces spotted. Over. Requesting new orders. Advance to this position. Move it! Let's move. Hostile forces spotted. Over.
Clear. All right. First aid. Here.
Roger that. Medic! Medic! Enemy units on the move. Enemy units through. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
Thanks.
Medic!
Ammo here. Get ammo here.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy activity. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Medic. Enemy infantry spotted.
سقط أحد الرجال.
Medic.
UAV offline.
Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy
Clear. You'll live, buddy.
Online and transmitting.
Enemy sniper spotted. Sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted.
Thanks. I owe you.
Medic. Attack this coordinate. Hostiles on the ground.
Clear. You'll live, buddy.
Good deal, thanks. Enemy sniper spotted.
I owe you one.
Enemy control restored. Well done. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted.
I owe you one.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Attack this core. All clear. Position under control. Out. Enemy forces spotted. 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 Damn it. Sorry. I need a medic. Quick. Enemy sniper spotted.
Thanks.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. All clear. Enemy infantry. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy active. Enemy units. Enemy units on the move.
I owe you one. Let's move.
Enemy forces over.
Online and transmitting.
All clear. Position under control. Out. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. We've lost control of an outpost. Enemy forces over. Spotted. We've lost control of an outpost. Hostiles on the ground. Attack this coordinate. Good work, squad.
Online and transmitting.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
Get ammo here.
Enemy forces. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Good deal. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
Online and transmitting.
Enemy infantry spotted. 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 Enemy infantry spotted.
Thanks. I owe you one. Thanks.
Enemy infantry spotted. 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 Enemy forces spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Hey, thanks. Good to go. Sorry, Chief.
Enemy forces spotted.
All clear. Position under control.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted.
Thanks, champ.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Get first aid. Here.
Enemy infantry spotted.
Hit this position. Do you copy? Enemy troop. Hostile infantry spotted. Over.
Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
Enemy troop. Enemy troop.
Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Infantry spotted. Infantry spotted.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Ammo. Here. Get ammo. Here.
Enemy infantry spotted.
Outpost is being overrun.
Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
All right.
Position cleared.
Enemy units on the move. All right. Clear.
UAV online and transmitting.
Enemy activity. Do you copy? Enemy units on the move. Hostiles on the ground. Enemy troop.
Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Enemy spotted. Enemy spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Grenade.
Enemy infantry. Enemy forces spotted.
Frag grenade.
Enemy troops identified.
You
copy? Supplies at your position.
Here. First aid. Sniper. Clear.
Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Sniper. Enemy infantry.
I did.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
UAV online and transmitting.
Hit this position. Do you copy?